Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf. I am back here in the Master's Manor with the new Master Dagroon, and we'll see how she's settling in.
It would seem I have more than my fair share of opposition.
This has been an eventful day for you and for me and for Lake Town, has it not? But what is it? Is there some other matter which you wish to speak? Ah, that is a strange puzzle that you've been following from Leningrad to Esgaroth and to Lake Town. Your problems and my own are much akin, friend. It would seem, new as I am, as being master, that I have more than my fair share of opposition, and it has taken the form of such grumbling in the streets as you have witnessed over Schmog's bones. Yes. So what do we need to do?
I will need your assistance.
I have dwelt all my life among the folk of Lake Town, and never has the gossip in the town been so pernicious and full of lies as in these last few days. Why, they say that I am of the bloodline of Other. You know of Other, do you not? He was master of Lake Town in the time when Brard the bowman was not yet king, and Smog slept, then awoke. Other stole from Lake Town and fled, and his name is one of infamy and shame. They say his stolen wealth was not lost, but that I have it now and conceal it from all. All this is nonsense, of course, but if I am to assist you in your puzzle, I must ask you to assist me in mine. I should not be at all surprised if they were somehow linked. You mean that Karaskar is causing all this gossip? Well, that's always a possibility. So what do you need?
I will need your assistance.
The rumors of my relation to Other are pernicious, but easily disproved. The proof must be very clear, however, for we seek to persuade not judges, but fishermen and stevedores. First, you will need to find a crest of my own family and that of Other's. They are, of course, not the same. Second, you must speak with Isgird, who is the oldest living person in Lake Town. She knows everyone. Lastly, search for the old chest in the manor for Other's treasure. It is foolish, I know, but some say that it is still here. Alright? And what else?
I ask you to track down those who seek to wrongly discredit me.
It is not enough to prove my true bloodline. Someone has been planting these rumors. I know it because I found this. Please, I ask you to track down those who seek to wrongly discredit me and tear down as many of these awful notices as you can find. Alright, I will remove the slanderous notices. I guess I'll start by checking upstairs for the treasure. It's refreshing to come upstairs without finding a body somewhere around here. Now let's see what's in the old master's chest. Nothing but yellowed and crumbling papers. Alright. So, I don't see any treasure chests. Just chests of papers. Well, I suppose that's typical of someone who's running government. I understand what she's talking about concerning slanderous notices. Yep. I suppose we should take these down as she requested. And find the other things that she asked for, like Isgird. Hello there, Mervarth. Dargroon asked me to look through some papers. Let's see. Let's have a look at this document here. These old documents contain the official seal of Other's family. Alright. Now, let's see what else we can find. Hello there. Are you Isgrid? I need to know some information about the Master's background.
A good day to you.
Oh, Dagroon? As the new master of Lake Town? Why, yes, of course I had heard. I'm not deaf, you know, and many a little bird comes to my sill. Such a sweet child Dagroon was, I remember well, sweet and kind, much like her mother before her. Mm, Oh, married the boatman named. No, but I've forgotten that. He was a boatman, though, much like her father. Not rich, but proud and hard working. Boatman and fisherman, both families, as long as anyone could recall. Okay, so. Hmm. Interesting that they decided to go after her a false connection with the master because with an old master who's been long discredited because in some circles accusing someone of coming from I guess poor stock would have been an interesting tactic to take. I guess that doesn't work very well in Lake Town. Perhaps because it's not a noble title, but rather an elected title. That does make a difference on the types of slander you would use, I guess. Now, what else do we need? Oh, yes! Dagroon's family crest. Hold on, what's going on down here? What's going on here? Yeah. Alright, looks like some people conspiring. Whether it's about smuggling or whether it's about something else, I don't know. Hold on, what's happened here? Hmm, drop some coins. Someone up to no good, I presume. Well, then let's follow these coins and find out what's going on here. Because anyone who would run while dropping coins is... You go up that way? What happened to him? Well, I don't see anything going up to the end. Clear enough path indeed. Well, let's see what we've got here. How about around here? Ah, there's the path. Oh. I sure waited for those bones yesterday. Now you have paid the price. Oh ho! Maybe I should have brought my full battle kit. Ouch. Something is wrong here. Hold on. Rust? Ouch! Rust. You have found and defeated Uskel and put a stop to the slanderous gossip in Lake Town. Seeing the same pile of rust in both Esgaroth of Old and the underbelly of Lake Town has made you wonder is there some connection between the two groups of evil men operating in the Dalelands. It would seem that Akshir, whoever he was, may be behind all of this. No, I think Karaskar is behind all of this. Ah, a stamp. That could come in handy. This stamp contains an official seal of Dagrun's family. Alright. Now, let's speak to the people outside the manor house. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna need to get into my battle kit, just in case things get rough. Now it's time to talk to the crowd. Alright, well, they seem to be calming down for the moment. You have successfully quelled the suspicions of Dagrun's bloodline to the people of Lake Town. Good. Now, Let's talk about the other matter. See what they say about that. The crowd has heard your words and leave Smog's bones be, and they agree. Ah, good. Now, let's speak to Dogrun. Yeah, looks like whoever's behind the smuggling is also behind the gossip.
You have been most helpful assisting the interests of Lake Town.
You have been most helpful. Thank you. You're welcome.
I am worried about what you have told me concerning the Easterling.
From what you say, there can be no doubt that this Easterling, Uthukel, was one of the Jaguar who recently assailed the folk in this valley. Though the remnant of that army lingers on the far shores of the Long Lake, the brunt of their campaign was against Dale, where the crown of our people is seated. We would be remiss if we did not send word of this to the young king there. And what better emissary could be found than you, Pineleaf? Yes, I think you had better go and tell them what you have learned. You will want to find the great keep to the north part of Dale. All right, to Dale. And it appears that my rep has gone up. What do I get to now? Well, that's the problem. I've got all of these groups here. Ah, acquaintance with the men of Dale. All right, I guess that makes sense. It appears that I have found the king of Dale. Rather young, but he's already taller than I am. And there we have who I presume is his queen regent.
We are most pleased to welcome you to Dale.
Many roads and many peoples find their way hither, and with them of late come the most remarkable rumors. It is said that the Dark Lord has fallen in Mordor, and that Gondor has a king. Yes, those rumors are true. I have spoken with their king myself. You are well spoken and worldly wise, small and strange to Dale folk eyes, though you are. Might I ask you to help serve Dale in a manner most suited for your virtues? We have lately weathered our own assault from the Dark Lord's forces, in the form of the warlike Jongavar coming out of the east. Their strength was broken, though our losses were great, and a remnant clings to the valley, intent on harrying what they cannot conquer. But this is not the matter for which I spoke. After the Jangavar, other Easterlings appeared. These bore not armor, but rags. Not arms or battle standards, but meager satchels with scant belongings. They came scared and hungry. And speaking of strange and terrible tidings to the east, they have gathered in some small camps in the wilderness outside of Dale, and I wish to welcome them into our gates. But the folk at Dale have endured much in recent days, and I would know their hearts before I act. I fear that if I or my own agents asked amongst them, they would tell us what we wish to hear, not the truth in their hearts. Would you go amongst the Dale folk and hear their true thoughts about these new Easterlings who've come to our doors seeking refuge? I could speak to them, sir, and I think it'd be best if I go back into my less battle-tested gear. I suppose I could start with this man.
Well met.
Do you know how our battle against the Jangavar was won? I do, for I was there. In truth, we thought ourselves outmatched. Dale was taken, and our dear King Bran slain, and the King of Dwarves as well. And yet we fought on, for what else could we do? So there we were, readying ourselves for the death with our swords in our hands, when the ground began shaking and the sky changed, and lo! An eagle came and it spoke glad tidings of the good peoples of Middle Earth. The enemy then quailed before us, and we pressed our advantage, driving them before us in a great rout. What do I think of these refugees? That if we treat our guests and our supplicants poorly, we are no better than the evil men, and I'd rather belong to the good. Well, if he's of the majority, then we should have little trouble, right? What about this man?
There's hope yet, if all I hear is true.
These Easterlings come seeking shelter and aid, yet why have they come to us? Are we not ourselves but leaguered from war and strife? We have hardly patched our walls and gates, which the Jangavar shattered. Jangavar raiders linger yet in the wilder corners of the valley, sapping off our trade and slowing the commerce we'd have to rebuild. We'll have to rebuild. Yes, you cannot help someone up, I say, while you yourself are on your hands and knees. All right, that's another opinion. So what about over here? Yes, over here. What does this woman have to say?
If trade's good, then so am I.
The refugees? I don't know whether they mean well or ill, but many among the Dale folk trust not these new Easterlings, not in such numbers, nor so soon after the Jangavar assault. What about this woman?
A good day to you.
These refugees who have come out of the East speak of ruin in their homeland, but I say it is retribution for siding with the Dark Lord against the free peoples. Let them go back from whence they came and suffer their due. Well, very much a case of ask 8 Dale folk of their opinions about what's going on, and you'll get 9 different opinions. All different.
A good day to you.
I have traveled far and wide and traded many times with the men of Dorwinion. Many of these refugees who arrived in rags at our gates are from that eastern land, and I know them to be women and men of principle, learning, and laws just as we are. But amongst these refugee seekers are others, the Chiasir, and I have never done trade with these. They are wanderers, I am told, with no writing, building, or craft. So, they're merchants and wanderers. Interesting. And what about this woman?
Well met.
Oh, those poor bedraggled souls! I have seen them and have seen the sorrow in their faces. My grandmam held me on her knee and told of the sorrow of the faces of her own people during the desolation of Smog, and the hope we felt when we first returned here to Dale. If you ask me, we ought to do all that we can to offer them comfort and shelter. What about this man?
Well met.
They say they come in peace, but I know what these Easterlings are. Nothing but a new Jangavar ruse. Behind every tattered cloak you will find sharpened swords and shining mail. They wait only till the welcoming them into Dale, then they will draw their blades and cut our throats. Well, now he is the ultimate insuspicious. And that leaves one more opinion to finish up my little straw poll. Hello there, what do you think of these refugees?
Here we are, then.
What do you know of the Chaisar who are amongst the new arrival Easterlings? Here is what I have heard, that they themselves claim that they dwelt here by the long lake once, and have returned to claim it as their own. Even if their tales are true, have we not held this place, built it, and rebuilt it again through plagues, dragons, and Jangavar swords? Let them try to claim it. They'll get naught so long as Dale stands and thrives. Hold on. What's that shouting? Southeast corner. Well, it looks like we have several people shouting at this Easterling. What's going on? Hello. And who are you to talk to me? Peace! Peace! I'm unarmed. Alright, let's calm down a little bit. I only asked where he was going. There's no law against that. No, it looks like you're trying to intimidate him, though. Well, what about you? Don't hurt me! I'll go! Wait, maybe I should have changed into my warrior kit again. That might have been a little bit tougher. Ah, well. Hello there.
I thank you, but I took this risk upon myself.
I knew that I took a risk upon myself when I ventured into Dale, but the need was great. I thought to myself, is this not known to the ends of all roads as a place of trade? Yes, even as far as my land of Dorwinion. And am I not myself a man of trade of tallies? There is hunger and need amongst the camps, I thought, and so I will find what has value that cannot be eaten or worn, and trade it for what can. You know, interesting. But I'm starting to get an idea of the mode of talk of Eorzan the Wily. And I was thinking it was just a trait of Eorzan, but talking to this man, it makes it sound like it might be a linguistic trait. And how their language operates. So when they learn Westron, they speak it in this style that harkens how their native language operates. Yet alas, I have found no fellow merchants, only ill will. Now I fear I must turn back and find some other way. There will be another way, I am certain. We have come leagues upon leagues from our lands, and survived greater travails than these. Very well. I will speak to the king and see what I can do about that. Alright? Well, speaking of that, let's get back to Bard II. I have spoken with the people, sir, and they have as many different opinions as there are people.
You are most welcome here.
Yes, but before the king can respond, a messenger arrives.
Let us hear the tidings.
Yeah, right. Let's hear the tidings. What does this messenger have to say? And does it relate to the Easterlings or to Karasgar? Perhaps we'll find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.